and welcome to Friday How to Play with Salomé. I'm Salomé Martinez. Have you ever wanted to help rebuild a vibrant city, manage scarce resources, and quietly pull ahead of your opponents by choosing exactly the right actions at exactly the right time? Well, now you can. In Habana. In this tight tactical city building game for 2 to 4 players that takes about 30 to 45 minutes, you'll use action cards to gather materials, hire workers, construct iconic buildings, and earn prestige as you help transform Habana into the dazzling city it's meant to be. Do you think you can plan ahead, read the table, and be the first to earn enough prestige to win? Well, there's only one way to find out. Come grab a seat with me at the table and I'll teach you how to play La Habana. To begin laying the foundation of your growing city, we must start with the setup. Each player takes a matching set of 13 cards, places them face down in front of them, and keeps them as their personal deck for the entire game. You also start with 1 peso and 1 gray rubble brick, placing both in front of you. Now take all remaining rubble bricks and colored construction material and toss them into the burlap bag, giving it a good mix. This bag is your city supply chain, and it is delightfully unpredictable. Create a shared reserve nearby with all remaining pesos and meeple workers within easy reach of everyone. Next, shuffle the structure cards and place them face up to form a deck. Draw cards to create 2 rows of 6 structures laid out horizontally. When you lay out the 2 rows, just make sure that at least one of the 4 end cards is worth a 1, 2, or 3 prestige. If not, go ahead and rearrange the cards to make one of the 4 end cards worth a 1, 2, or 3 prestige. Havana needs some humble beginnings. Now place the central supply card in the middle of the table, add 3 pesos to it, and then randomly draw 3 bricks from the bag, placing them on the central supply as well. Everything else stays nearby. The city's laid out, the materials are waiting, and construction is officially underway. The object of the game is to be the first player to reach the required amount of prestige points earned by constructing buildings and smartly managing your actions and resources. La Habana is played over a series of rounds. At the start of the first round, everyone secretly chooses 2 action cards from their hand and places them face down in front of them. Once everyone is ready, all chosen cards are revealed at the same time, and from here on out, every round always unfolds in the same 4 phases. Phase 1, Initiative. Phase 2, Structures and Actions. Phase 3, Central Supply. Phase 4, Replacement. Let's break each phase down, starting with Initiative. Your turn order is determined by Initiative, based on the numbers on the 2 action cards played. You arrange the 2 cards to form the smallest possible 2-digit number, placing the lower number on the left. That number now is your initiative. Players take turns from the lowest initiative to the highest, which means acting early usually requires playing weaker cards. Big moves often come later, if they're still available. If there's ever a tie, the player with the least prestige goes first. If still tied, whoever has fewer construction materials goes first. Then fewer pesos, then fewer workers, then fewer rubble bricks. And if it's still tied after all that, the youngest player goes first. Which just goes to prove that sometimes being young really does have its advantages. When it's your turn, you perform 2 actions shown on your action card, in whichever order you'd like. Each action card represents a specific role in the city. Siesta means nap. You take it easy this round. This lowers your initiative results during phase 1, letting you act earlier in the round. It has no other effect, but sometimes going first is all the advantage you need. Guardaespaldas, aka protection. While this card is in your play area, you are protected from all other players. No one can steal from you or take your resources. Think of it as hiring security for the round, and suddenly everyone becomes very well behaved. Mendigo, beg. You take 1 peso from the reserve. No conditions, no questions, just straight to the point. Reciclaje, recycle. You discard 1 action card from your hand. Choose 1 from your discard pile, reveal it to the table, and put it back into your hand. This is how you bring back your favorite move for an encore. Ruina, Abandon. You choose one structure from the end of a row and discard it to the box. This can only be done once per round, no matter how many players choose Ruina. So yes, sometimes demolition is part of city planning. Escombros. Debris. You take all the rubble bricks from the central supply. Whatever's there, it's all yours now. Arquitecto. Architect. You take one worker from the reserve, and this card is also required to construct structures that show the architect symbol in their cost. And unlike bricks, pesos, and workers, this card is not spent when used because knowledge is priceless. Obreros, workers. If you are the first player to perform this action this round, you get to take 2 workers from the reserve. If you're not the first, well, then you only get to take 1. Ladrón, thief. You steal 2 pesos from a player whose turn is after yours. If that player has 6 or more pesos, you get to steal 3 instead. Receptador, fence. You steal 1 brick of your choice from a player whose turn is after yours. That player has 4 or more bricks, you get to steal 2 instead. Contrabando, smuggler. If you are the first player to perform this action this round, you may either take 2 bricks at random from the bag or secretly look inside and take 1 brick of your choice. If you're not the first, you still get to take 1 brick at random. Empresario, entrepreneur. You take half of the pesos from the central supply rounded up because sometimes business is just showing up at the right moment. Mama. You take half of the construction materials and half of the rubble bricks from the central supply, both rounded up. No questions, no negotiations. Mom just comes to clean house. After resolving both actions, you may then construct 1 or more structures as long as you can pay the cost. To build, you choose a structure card from the end of either row, pay the construction material shown on the card, and place it face down in front of you. You immediately gain the prestige printed on that structure. If you build another structure on the same turn, you are not required to build from the same row. You may choose any structure from either row as long as it's at the end. If at any point there are only 2 structure cards left in the row, you immediately draw 4 new structure cards from the deck and place them face up between the 2 remaining cards. Those 2 original cards now become the 2 new end cards for that row. Any bricks and materials you spent are discarded back to the box, while pesos and workers return to the reserve. If you're short on a resource, you can use the 5-for-1 rule. You may spend 5 pesos to replace 1 worker, or 5 rubble bricks to replace 1 construction material. You can do this multiple times on your turn if needed, but it only works one way. You can never turn a worker into 5 pesos or a material into 5 rubble. Habana is flexible, but not that flexible. Once you're done building, play passes to the next player in initiative order. After everyone has taken their turn, the city refreshes. 3 pesos are added from the reserve to the central supply, followed by 3 random bricks drawn from the bag, regardless of whether pesos or bricks have been taken from the central supply. Now comes the planning phase for the next round. You must keep 1 of the action cards you played this round, meaning you'll perform that action again next round, and you'll replace the other card with a new one from your hand. Everyone chooses simultaneously, placing their new card face down and discarding the unused card. This means your opponents will always know one thing you're planning to do next round and can absolutely plan around it. After revealing your new action card, if you now only have 2 action cards left in your hand, you immediately take all cards from your discard pile back into your hand. Once everyone is ready, you reveal the new cards and begin the next round. The game ends immediately when any player reaches the required prestige. 25 prestige in a 2-player game, 20 prestige in a 3-player game, and 15 prestige in a 4-player game. When that happens, that player wins the game. No extra rounds, no final turns, just a clean, decisive finish. In the rare case that all structures are built or all bricks are used before anyone reaches the target, the game ends immediately, and the player with the most prestige wins. And that's how you play La Habana. I'm Salomé Martinez, and I want to thank you for planning ahead, juggling resources, and rebuilding a beautiful city with me at the table today. And I hope you get to outthink your opponents time your actions perfectly, and earn prestige at your own table. Until our next Friday How to Play, remember to learn, play games, and always have fun. Adios!
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.